Hi peeps, Zina here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have something very fun and kind of Halloween-y planned, so I'm super excited about that. My name is Zina. I am a vegan lifestyle YouTuber. I'm also a self-proclaimed vintage glam ghoul. I'm soon to be 52. And, you know, I like to do spooky makeup. I love Halloween year round, and I'm really not ashamed to showcase that. So having said that, today we are going to do a facelift using cosmetics. Not just any cosmetics, vegan and cruelty-free, spooky themed cosmetics. Ooh. It has been a while since I posted, but I'm going to jump right into this video and I'm going to explain a little bit what's been going on. Okay, so I'm starting off with a little bit of primer. I have nothing on my face. I'm naked. So I'm going to go in with this product from The Ordinary. This is a copper peptide serum. It's blue. It comes in this glass bottle with this glass little dropper. I love products that come like this. Like, I love little glass droppers. It makes me feel like, you know, a little at-home chemist, but it's super neat. Yeah, it's a blue little liquid. What I like about this is that it actually is, when it dries, it's a little tacky. So it's kind of like a primer, if you will. So this is the new trend, the new copper peptide trend that people are doing. For a while it was hyaluronic acid. There have been a few different ones, but this is the latest trend, and of course kind of a hype beast when it comes to skincare. So I'm trying everything. As I mentioned, I'm going to be 52. So short of, like, see how tacky that is? Short of plastic surgery, you know, I've kind of given up hope on miracle products. Okay, miracle products. I think it's good to use stuff on your face regularly. I have since I was very young. And this is the Pacifica Future Youth Time Shift Eye Serum. This also has peptides. It's Flora plus Peptide 11. And once again, we have this little sort of dropper situation going on. I'm just gonna put this on my eyes. So yeah, super important to use some kind of skincare, whether it's drugstore, whether it's high-end. Just do something, use something from a young age, and your future self will thank you, I guarantee it. My skincare has absorbed. I'm gonna go in with a primer. I'm using the e.l.f. This is the vitamin C Pore Putty primer that's very popular. This one has the extra ingredient of the vitamin C, which I like. I like using any kind of vitamin C products on my skin. I think it's very beneficial for dark spots and for smoothing out skin tones and stuff like that. And again, I work outdoors, so I'm very, very hyper aware of sun exposure. So I do use sunscreen. I have big, huge brimmed hats that look ridiculous, but I'm trying to prevent the signs of aging, especially working outdoors in Arizona. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to work on these pores now with this primer. It's almost like it's slippery. It feels kind of silicone-y, the poreless putty primer. But you know what? It's very, very affordable. You can find it anywhere, Target, drugstores, anywhere. And I really like e.l.f. products very much because they're all vegan and cruelty-free. You don't even have to think about it. The entire line is vegan and cruelty-free and affordable, so that's amazing. Next, I'm going to go in with a concealer. I am once again using the PÜR 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation. My shade is MG1. It tends to fluctuate. I have a couple different ones now. The summer, my skin is a little darker, and in the winter, of course, I'm a little lighter toned. So sometimes I combine different ones, but I'm gonna go right in with this one. It has a little more of a sun-kissed tan-ish effect. I was just promoted at the post office, which has been a very positive change in my life, which means that I can now film videos on Sundays. I have every Sunday off. I can plan a life. I can do things with my friends, which is very important to me because if you guys have been following my channel for a little bit, you'll know that in February, I went through a pretty tough breakup. In fact, I kind of packed up and had to leave my ex-boyfriend's house. We dated for about 4 years, although for most of the relationship, I had my own place. And when I moved in with him, I started to see some red flags. I'll just put it to you that way. I had to make a very difficult decision when I tried everything in my power to try to fix things, whatever I could do to try to make it work, watching videos on relationships and, you know, some difficult relationships. And I tried and tried. And at the end of the day, I realized that there was nothing I can do. And what I've come to realize is that it was never actually going to get better, no matter what I did. And by leaving, I really did the best and the most correct thing for my mental health. It was a very difficult choice because I had to leave behind the cats, that one of which I had gifted to my ex, and the neighbor had gifted the other cat. I had fallen in love with them, and it was extremely difficult for me to leave because of that, and also because of his son, whom I was, you know, very attached to and very fond of, and I still am to this day. And once in a while, I'll, you know, check in on him and see how he's doing. Why was I gone so long after a breakup? Well, I had to do a deep dive into why I had selected this relationship, and I went into like a hibernation mode, kind of like a Bella Swan Twilight months long hibernation. And it wasn't because, you know, my ex left me suddenly because he felt guilty and wanted to save my soul from eternal damnation, you know, because I wanted to become a vampire and he wanted to save me from that. No, it wasn't like that. I was dealing with the recovery from narcissistic abuse. So it was more like this.
Dating after a narcissistic relationship is tough. It's kind of like you don't even have the energy to get to know anybody new. And you don't even want to be bothered with anyone, because you sort of lose your trust in people. And getting to know somebody new is draining. And low-key, you're so traumatized that you start thinking that everyone that you get to know is a narcissist as well. And you're just scared to get close to people again. And you're afraid to let your guard down. And that's why it's important for us to heal, so we don't self-sabotage when something new does come. And honestly, when you're healing, you don't even want nobody to touch you. And honestly, you don't even want nobody around you until you feel like yourself again.
You know, I don't want to spend my whole life blaming other people or being like, oh, if only, you know, this didn't happen to me, or why did this happen to me, or why do I deserve this, or why is it me? What have I done? Why have I had this terrible relationship failure? So I went back to the beginning, back to my childhood, and just sort of reevaluated everything in the way I've been treated in life, and my self-esteem, and how I need to, even in my 50s, work on that and release some sort of childhood trauma bonding that I've had. And it took a lot of soul searching, and I don't want to go on and on about this. It took a few months to feel good about myself again, to reestablish like self-esteem, to feel beautiful again, inside and out, to trust people, even friends, acquaintances, men. It's been a journey, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, and I'm glad to be filming again. And I'm glad to spend time with you guys, because I have missed filming very much. And even when I wasn't doing it, I was thinking about it and I was obsessing over it, and I just didn't have time, where I was so darn hot. Like, I just come home and just pass out in front of a swamp cooler. Like, it's been crazy. But anyway, I feel good now. Fall is here. Cooler months are here, spooky things, and Halloween season, so that's here as well. So things are looking good. Highlighting. Now, I'm only going to do half of my face at first, because I really want to, if I pull this off successfully, show you the difference between one side and the other as far as the face lift effect that I'll be achieving. So far, I haven't really broken out the spooky products, but they're coming, I promise. We're going to go right under the eye, down a little bit into the corner, like so. I'm gonna go right here. I'm going to go right here, and you know what? I'm gonna hit this little dark spot that I have a hard time covering and go right here. As I mentioned before, Plastic surgery. It's an issue that I really haven't talked too much about on this channel. I had a moderate chemical peel over 10 years ago. It's the only procedure I've ever had. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not against procedures. I think people should do whatever they should do to feel good about themselves and their own skin. So if procedures like that or any kind of procedure makes you feel good about yourself, boosts your self-esteem, then I say go for it. For me, I'm not against it. It just has to be cruelty-free and vegan. So like that eliminates like Botox and some of those products that still test on animals. I'm not willing to mess with those products just for like an aesthetically pleasing display. Chemical peel, the one I had in the past, I don't think it was cruelty free, but going forward, of course, that was a decade ago. Going forward, I'm going to try to find a solution if I decide to go, cosmetic procedure. If you have any suggestions, please comment down below what you think is a suitable cosmetic procedure for someone who is vegan and cruelty free, ethically, vegan. That eyeliner was an e.l.f. product, which leads me to this e.l.f. Halo Glow contour. I want to show you guys something. All right, the first kind of spooky-ish, fall-ish thing in this video will be this guy. I bought this at a thrift shop. Oh my god. So this is a gourd. It's a ceramic jar, and it has these cute little squirrels, one on the one on the top, one on the side. It has these leaves, and I just love this so much. And I pick it up from the little handle, and I filled it with cosmetic brushes. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. Halo Glow, and we're going to be using this pretty strategically. I'm going to go right underneath, and I'm going to kind of angle it down to the corner of my mouth. We're going to go into the corner of the eye, and then we're going to lift upward. I just started doing this, and I really like the way it looks. I really, really enjoy it. And I'm gonna hit my jowls right there. All right, now I'm going to blend this in before it dries. This was shade Fair, by the way, in this e.l.f. contour. I could go like a shade darker, but in natural light, this is perfect. In camera light, it comes off kind of not as impressive and not as powerful, but trust me, for my fair, translucent, extraterrestrial skin, it works. All right, now that I'm done with creams, I'm going to set my face with a little bit of powder. I'm using an e.l.f. HD setting powder. This step feels so good when it's hot and muggy, just to kind of mattify your face. It just feels lovely. First spooky product. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I bought this not too long ago and I love it. This is from Creature Cosmetics. This is Randy's Rules. It's inspired by the Scream franchise. So it's if you've watched the movie, especially the original, the one young man maps out the rules of the horror movie game. This whole palette is themed after that moment, that movie moment. This is a face sculpt palette, you guys. Now I'm doing a little powder contour, going over what I already did with the creams. And now under here, the jowl situation. I'm seeing a lifting effect already. I'm going to fill in the little bald spots in my brows. I'm still using and loving the NYX Lift and Snatch eye shaping tool. I love this eyebrow tool because look at that point. It is exquisite. I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Ooh, another thing I want to tell you guys, something I am not doing anymore. I'm not going to be coloring my hair anymore. I'm going to let my hair tinsel grow in, and I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't want to add any more chemicals to my routine, to my hair. And so right now, as a result of not coloring for months, I have some tinsel coming in, which I'm super excited about, but I also have like splotches of my natural hair color, some brown, black box dye. So it's like a little cornucopia of colors right now. But pretty soon I'm hoping that it will be all tinsely and silvery, and I'm so excited about that. Another Creature Cosmetics product, you guys, this is their VHS tape. If you guys have a shaky hand and you love doing a winged cat eye look, tape is your best friend. What I love about this one is that it gets the job done. It's tacky enough to stay on there, but it doesn't take off the makeup that you've already applied, because I like to do my skin first before my eyes, but that's just me. Okay, so I'm going right under my nose. Go there with me. All right. I know how ridiculous this looks, but it is the best way to evenly prep for a wig. It's the best way to do it. Right there. And I'm going to free my nose. Now, I don't want to do a hard black liquid liner wing, so I'm going to be doing a wing, but with eyeshadow. So I'm going in with a Spoiled Lips Cosmetic palette. This is the Play Ghoul palette. Oh, I love the colors in Spoiled Lips Cosmetics palettes. They're so much fun. There's always glitters involved. It's really neat, and I know it's kind of a well-loved palette, but as you can see, there's usually like a 3D lip on all of the pans, which is super cute. I'm going to go with this purple. What I'm doing is I'm going to stamp in the outer corner this very pigmented dark purple shade. So obviously, if you're into makeup, you already know that a winged or a cat eye will definitely lift your eyes. And I've been very fond of that look for many years, as it is part of my sort of glam ghoul goth aesthetic. Of course, you can use any color you like. If you're into neutral, then please, by all means, use neutral nude tones, you know, just to lift and brighten your face. Next is a palette that I have not even used yet, and I have not shown on this channel at all, from Creature Cosmetics. This is the Sleepaway Camp licensed line of products. This is their eyeshadow palette, you guys. Is that a severed head? Yes, it is. Is it grotesque? I guess it would be. But you know what, guys? It's magnetic, so you don't have to look at her the whole time. And these are the shades. Oh, I'm dying to use this bubblegum pink somehow, some way, somewhere. But today I'm going to be using that lavender to try to diffuse what I've created with this wing. Now, back to the scary severed head. Sleepaway Camp was the first horror movie that I have ever watched in my life. I watched it with my cousins Al and John when I was very, very young, under 10 years old, I'm sure. It was so much fun to watch these scary, spooky films with them, and it changed my life, and I've always been fascinated by horror films. So when I saw that Creature Cosmetics did a Sleepaway Camp themed line of products, I had to get this palette. Even if I never even used it, I had to get it. All right, I'm going to use a little blending brush, and I'm going to grab this really fun purple up here. I'm so excited to use this palette. I'm gonna, you know what, if it doesn't freak you guys out, I'm going to use her head as my mirror, because there's a mirror on the other side. Blending in the edges to give it more of a softer feel to it. Another palette, this is the VE Cosmetics, a vegan and cruelty-free cosmetic company out of the UK. Very kind of witchy, occult themed products, which are so much fun. I love this palette because of all of the neutral tones and the shimmers. They're super creamy, highly pigmented, absolutely gorgeous. I love this very dark matte black, which I didn't use today. I probably should have used that first, but that's okay. We're going with the purples, but normally I would use this and then use some of these browns. So I will go here, but I have a discount code with VE Cosmetics. I'm going to put it right here. Very proud of it. You guys, this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cosmetic company out of the UK. Now this highlight right here is so creamy. It's not really highlight, it's a shimmer shade, but look at this. Oh, it is so just dreamy and smooth and creamy. It's just fantastic. I love it, love it, love it so much. And I always put it on the inner corner of my eye. Next, I'm going to put on just a little lash right at the ends of my eyelashes to really accentuate that lift in the outer corner of my eye. I've taken some Ardell Lashes and I've snipped off a little tiny piece. I'm kind of bending it a little to give it like some kind of curvature, because it is I mean, I'm telling you, it is the very end piece that I trimmed off of that lash. I have some Duo LashIt. Now Duo is cruelty-free. I don't see anywhere on their website that they use animal products in their ingredients, which to me makes it vegan. If I am incorrect about that, please comment down below and let me know. And I will quickly go back to a different product. I was using the PÜR eyelash adhesive. It's a good one. Oh, wow. I love that so much. I'm going back in with the Sleepaway Camp, and I'm going in with this really soft lavender down here at the waterfront. Oh, if you've seen the movie, nothing good happens at the waterfront. I'm just gonna go right underneath. Very light dusting. All right, the little corner lash has dried. Oh, okay. Very nice. I'm going to grab some mascara. I have a Creature Cosmetics mascara here. Super gigantor applicator. And grab a little black eyeliner. Now, I love this. This is Essence. Super, super inexpensive. I think I got it at Ulta Beauty. But I buy it not only because it's inexpensive, it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, but I like this kind of brush tip. I like that it's not like a marker sort of felt tip. I don't like that. Like, I like the control of a brush. Oh, that's right. That's correct. And now for blush, I'm going to use orange. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm doing like fall theme colors. So, you know, I have purple and now I'm going to use orange. And for that, I am using the Creature Cosmetics, the Pumpkin palette. Look how amazing and dreamy this color story is. Just different shades of orange and then some glitters and some shimmers and, you know, like one little gold one here. But oh, it's so great. It's so good. I love it. Now I'm going to be going right here and going around, not down here. I'm going right in here. And it's a fun new technique I've been using to really lift my face, and it really does work. So I'm going to take a combination of these super bright oranges and just mix them all up. Okay, oh my gosh, here we go. You're like, oh, she's about to ruin her makeup. But this is really fun. I love this step. Ooh. Oh, it's so cute. Back to that As Above, So Below palette. I'm grabbing that shimmer shade down here that I used on my eyes. And I'm going to be dabbing it right here in my upper cheekbone, right on that blush, to make that cheekbone pop just a little bit more. And again, giving it that. All right, you guys, and finally, the lip. I'm going in with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in STFU. That's the shade. And those who know what that means, then you know. And now I overline underneath and above my lip, but not in the corners. I have the cutest little product from Creature Cosmetics. This is their Monster Baby Lip Gloss. It's in shade That Guy, Little Nosferatu. And it comes in this little cute little baby bottle, you guys. I'm gonna take this outside and show you what it looks like first. So I'm gonna put some on my finger, like so. Here we go, it's so sparkly, isn't it? And then just dab it. All right, you guys, now I am back with both sides done. I feel so pretty right now. I feel lifted. I feel like I'm representing all of the beautiful fall colors that make me feel so warm and fuzzy this time of year. And I thank you guys for joining me. I hope you're getting excited for Halloween because it is approaching quickly. I already have a couple looks in mind, and hopefully I have enough time to pull them both off, but I will do at least one before Halloween or on Halloween. Thank you guys for joining me. If you are going through a little bit of a change in your life as well, if you are dealing with anything that is like, you know, on a very real and heavy level, life-changing, life-altering, I understand because I'm going through that kind of metamorphosis myself right now. There are resources available, and I will put them in the description of this video as well if you're going through a rough time. My heart goes out to you. I totally understand. And oh wait, I have one more thing to do. Oh my gosh, instead of a beauty mark, I'm going to finish this look with a stamp. This stamp is not any old stamp. This is from VE Cosmetics. This is their bat stamp. Oh, you guys. Oh, little bat stamps, you guys. Oh, that is just too cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, now my look is complete. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye. Mwah.